Hello and welcome back to another movie review. My first movie outing of the new year, and my only one so far unfortunately, was the latest in the 28 Days franchise, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. And I was really curious where they'd go next after the unhinged ending of the last movie. And as far as I'm concerned, The Bone Temple did not disappoint. Something I think I should get out of the way first. The Bone Temple felt like a significant shift for the franchise in terms of overall genre. Even though there are definitely still zombies in it, it feels kind of wrong to call it a zombie movie. This particular film, the infected, they felt more like hazardous terrain or like a pack of wild animals. They're an obstacle, but they're not a major one in the way that they would be in a classic zombie movie. They're more like part of this setting than a meaningful driver of plot. And honestly, would be pushing it, I think, to even call it a horror movie. There are a couple of really intense scenes, no doubt, but the main story and all the key moments really didn't seem like they were aimed at conveying horror. It was much more of a drama than anything else, and that said, it did drama pretty well. But importantly, it seems unlikely to me that as they push the story forward, it's going to go much further back into the zombie horror aspects than where they are right now. So that's just my prediction. But the movie is smartly shot. It digs well into its characters. The leads, Jack O'Connell, Ralph Fiennes, they gave fantastic performances. And I'm a big fan of Erin Kellyman. She did a great job. Chi Lewis Perry also stood out even though they had more limited roles. Jimmy, Jack O'Connell's character, put all the personality in his little cult of personality, and the depiction of sort of how he kept them programmed was really interesting. The movie did some really entertaining things with the central plot and sort of the overall narrative of the 28 Days franchise. So things both on the small and the large scale sort of started to come full circle in really satisfying ways. And I think that on top of that, there were definitely enough new threads sort of unraveling to create interesting new avenues for them to explore in the future. One thing that I wish had gotten a little bit more attention was the music direction. When they did it well, they really knocked it out of the park, especially during like one of the most climactic scenes. But they also really had to at those moments. Failing then would have been bad. And outside of those situations, it ended up feeling kind of generic, sometimes almost jarring. So that was just my take on how it felt, but it wasn't bad exactly, just maybe not quite up to snuff. But I'm glad it worked well when it was important. I was also kind of taken back a little bit by how much of a backseat Spike's character took. I kind of came to appreciate that just because I think it's a lot to put such a weighty franchise and setting and all that stuff on the back of a child actor and a child character for that matter. And it was nice getting the perspective of the other characters anyway, and sort of circled back to him and put him in a decent enough position where it should be interesting in the future. So yeah, in the end, I had a really good time with the Bone Temple, and I hope they get the chance to complete their vision for the series. From what I've seen, it didn't seem like the movie had very strong attendance, so who knows whether they finish at this point. But what about you? Did you go see the movie? What did you think? What are you looking forward to the rest of the year? Kind of hoping this week to go out and see Iron Lung. Feels like the next fun indie film to go and support. It looks like it could be an interesting time. But yeah, I'll let you know how it turns out. Thanks for tuning in. This is Daft Pirate signing off.